A 1, a 2, a 3.
There it is. Now we're ready. Now we're ready to party.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Now we're cooking with fire.
Now I got
How
candy
are we
paint on my
doing
teeth.
this evening? Thank you and welcome to another episode of A Very Humble Holiday here with CriticalFayleDM and the Goons. If this happens to be the first time you're joining in, we are playing through Humblewood, which is a 5e compatible setting book. Which gives you a far-flung forest realm to explore and allows you to play as any number of furry creatures. So if you like what you see, feel free to check it out. It's really fun.
I never read Redwall, but I imagine it's a lot like this.
Yeah, Watership Down is it's pretty much the same thing. Yeah, basically. So thank you so much for being here again tonight, folks. And I think before we go any further, we will pass it back over to Ned for Sponsorship Corner.
Step that way.
What's going on? Anyway, we have some
many of those does he
sweet
have?
dice that we're going to give away tonight. So we'll be giving those away at the break, right, Campbell?
That's right. I will come up with something.
You always do.
She always does.
Anyway,
I have a track
It's
record.
a
of always
security
something
mess.
comes up.
It's a security measure on our part. We got to come up with it on the spot so that all of you,
So you know it's real.
all of you sneaks out there, don't
Right.
try and,
Yeah, so we know it's real. We have these awesome modern artifice dice, the ones on the Instagram post. They have little like pink, yellow, and blue eraser on the inside.
Cutie.
They're
Thank
super, super cute. Anyway, it's a full set, D10s, D4, D8,
The other ones
For the students
You know,
in your
the
life.
20,
You know,
the
all
12,
of
the
them,
whole
all
9
of
yards.
4,
All of
And,
them that it
6,
takes.
10, so on.
And it's a good set because the D20 just rolled a 19. So
Hey, fair wins. Fair wins.
That reminds me, I don't have my dice yet. Where are they?
you need those, Kay.
Yeah, here they are. They're all here.
So, hang around. We will be announcing the giveaway details right before the break.
Oh, wait. Melodic Maria just said, Winnie erasers? Question mark.
Winnie Eraser.
For the halfling student in your life.
I
There
like
they
it.
are.
Some
That's them.
freshly made with magic erasers inside. Real magic erasers on the inside. So, get ready for that.
Make
Ah.
a real ape.
So to ease us back in, to get the juices flowing, you know, we always like to do a little bit of an icebreaker. And so for today, what I have prepared for our icebreaker question is, what is one of your most memorable or fondest held gifts that you have ever received on a holiday? It could be Christmas, Hanukkah, a birthday, an anniversary, Arbor Day, whatever you want. And to give you all a moment to think, I'll do mine first because I thought I came up with this question because I had a good answer for it. Do y'all there in the chat? You see that puffin right there? You all see that puffin yonder? My grandfather got that puffin for me. My grandfather got that puffin for me when I was like 5 years old, and from the first moment I laid eyes on it, I knew it was love, and it's still here with us today. That puffin has been on plane trips, on car rides, everywhere you could possibly imagine. Just school, art of school projects. You know, it has been a constant companion and still hangs with me here today. So thank you, Papa, for one of the greatest gifts I've ever gotten for under
Pour
the
one
tree.
out for Papa.
Pour one out for Papa.
There you go. Pour one out for Papa. Papa fail.
That's the one.
I think for me, this is a gift of any holiday.
Yeah, anything you can dream of.
I'm sure there's a lot of greats.
It doesn't have
But-
to be the number one, just whatever spring, you know,
Well-
cherished.
Not to toot your own horn too much, DM, but
Dude.
the whale necklace, Trevor got me a Celtic knotted silver whale tail necklace with a little blue gem in it. Maybe for like our first anniversary, which now is almost how many years ago, Trevor?
9. Can you believe?
9.
9.
We're coming up on 9
9.
years.
Uh-huh.
And because we met doing a play called The Whale.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, that's right.
So for our first anniversary, he got me this beautiful Celtic whale tail necklace. necklace. And I wear
Oh,
it every
Trevor,
day.
you beautiful bastard, you.
My dog.
I have one. I went with the look around and see what is within arm's reach strategy.
Very
And,
good. Very solid
I came
play, Kay.
I came across this watch that Kristen got me years ago, close to our first. I think in the first year we were together, which was actually also about 9 years ago. Close to 10. Well, like 10 if you count the like unofficial year, which I do. Anyway, I have this thing with watches because I don't wear a watch ever, but I have all these watches that belongs to my grandfather and some that belongs to like my great uncle. I just have like this little box that my dad built that has all these like family heirloom watches in it. So Kristen, knowing that watches were like kind of sentimental and important to me, got me this one, which it's hard to, I don't know if it's easy to see on stream, but what's cool about it is that it's it doesn't have a battery. It's powered by a spring. It's wind up, and you can actually see all the way through it. You can see all the
Oh
way through it.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I used to have one like that. Very cool. Very
So
cool.
as you know, as a like a person with an engineering brain, I just like I go, what time is it? And then I just stare at it because I just like to watch all the gears move. So yeah, the only problem is you have to wind it because it's powered by a spring. So after like a day or two, the spring comes loose and it just stops running. So it's like you have to know what time it is in order to know what time it is. You know? Yeah.
Sure.
Well, wait a minute, that doesn't add up.
However, if I will wear it on a special occasion and I'll wind it up before I go somewhere and then it'll be good for like a day.
That's cool.
I have a tie for 2.
Let's hear it.
And they're both from my late great dad, and that's why they're so like they're in my mind this Christmas. When I was in community college one year, we weren't really on talking terms, and for Christmas he bought me a solid walnut writing desk.
Ooh.
And I was like, at the time, I was like, whatever, this is the dumbest gift ever. I can't believe this is like I can't believe I got this for Christmas. I was such a dick. And now I look back on it, and that's gonna be my new streaming desk. And and when Aiden goes away to college, it's gonna be his desk.
Yeah.
And that is just gonna be something that's with me forever and ever and ever. But the one that like I remember the feeling of elation in me was when I was surprised with the GameCube for Christmas, and my
Cool.
parents did the whole thing of like,
Lunchbox, baby.
well, I think we're out of presents. I think that's it. And then my dad like wandered off and was like, oh, I think we got one more, and like brought back the box. And I just remember my heart flying out of my chest and just spending the next 7 hours just in front of a television set.
You guys remember the N64 kid? That was Ned.
My N64 is right on the shelf, right there. You can see it right behind me. There you
go. 64.
That is the N64.
Oh, wait a minute.
The
And
very same one that I got when I was 6 years old. That's my N64.
Wow.
I do have one more, and it's because my cousin is in the chat tonight.
Hey,
I have this very, very distinct memory of Christmas Eve. Christmas Day's Eve. So we just had Christmas dinner at their house.
Christmas.
And I was younger. Than everybody else
Christmas
in the family.
Day's Eve.
Christmas Day's
the
Eve.
23rd?
night.
On Christmas.
Just make sure you're following.
Christmas night. The night of Christmas. On
Hey,
Christmas Day, but the nighttime.
Yes.
If that's
Got
not
it.
Christmas
completely
night.
clear, if that's not clear, I don't know how to help you.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I just play the game. So we had just finished dinner, and I was always the youngest. I was the youngest of all my cousins, and they were all brothers. And they brought down this like janky little television set, and they plugged in the original Diablo 2.
Oh boy.
And we played that for like 4 hours straight. And that, for me, was the best present that Christmas.
Boy.
It was like sitting with them, just playing Diablo, and me just running around aimlessly killing skeletons because I had no idea where I was going.
I yearn for those days where you have no problems, but
Yeah.
in the 94th
Right.
level.
But those three have got to be like my top memories of Christmas.
Good stuff. Bring us home, Ty. You got anything? You're muted, my guy.
Mic is not on.
You're muted, Ty. You muted
You're
yourself.
muted.
He can either see nor
There
hear.
he is.
Sorry.
Oh God.
I was
This
given
one
my
for the
voice.
bingo board.
yeah, I was blocking you all out with the ramblings of my own voice. Sorry. But yeah, so I'm not like a huge gift person. I don't really like when people get me gifts. But so racking my brain, I just actually like dug them all up. My pop-up every year for my birthday, he does it for all the cousins. He just like writes on a piece of computer paper and like puts money in it, folds it up, and just like puts in an envelope with your name on it and hands it to you. So I found like 6 different, like the last 6 years or so of like all the
Wow.
letters he wrote.
Oh.
So I think that's my favorite one. Yeah, and the one was like talking about me just getting into brewing. The other one was like right
how
after
special.
Kylie and I got married.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you can
and
like
then-
track your life through
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's pretty
really
neat, so-
cool.
Yeah, so that's mine.
That's very
That's
special,
cool.
Ty. How fun.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great. The holidays are the time for gift giving and reminiscing. So I think we're off to a good start. With all that said, are we ready to dive back into our adventure?
those. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Let's get cracking.
Let's all
I got a
Let's
gift
all-
in mind for a certain wasp queen. I'm gonna send it first class.
let's all take a moment here, take a deep breath, close our eyes, and transport ourselves to the bright concrete jungle of New York.
New York
City.
City.
New York City.
I gotta get out of here.
When last we left our heroes, who remembers what happened? It was a thrilling tale last week.
Oh, well, we met with Mayor Prickles.
Mayor Pickles.
Mayor Prickles. The thorn
What
in
a
my
prick.
side.
Yes, indeed. Mayor Prickles, who was sort of a little bit inconsolate at the amount of problems that Queen Vespa arriving in Central Park sort of unannounced was causing, and
He's always been a
charged.
thorn in my side, and I'm not just talking about the quills.
Oh my God.
Or the rose
She's
bush.
already off to a good start.
This is my warm up. I'm like,
Yeah.
pun.
Uh-huh.
She's ready to go. Yeah. And he endeavored to win you all over to the cause of removing Queen Vespa from the park.
I will never remember. I'm going to get it wrong tonight and a week from tonight and ad infinitum. It's Vespa.
Vespa, which is
Not
Italian for
Vesper.
wasp. Fun fact.
Oh!
So that's
That's
why that. There you go.
All right.
There
well,
you
that's
go.
not. That's. I promise
You
you.
know,
that's
like the
not gonna
little
help me. I'm
scooters,
still gonna forget it in
Vespas.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
So yes, Vesper like the scoot. No, Vespa.
Vespa.
Like the scooter, not Vesper like the Bond girl.
Correct.
Yes.
Vespa like the scooter, which is also fun.
Not the
Which
Martini.
the Vespa scooter has a very important place in my heart because of Fooly Cooley, but that's for another day.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Fire Hoopin' Mama wants to help us out with this recap and just says, y'all almost got killed by wasps, LOL.
yes, you did. So yeah, you on promise of Tracy was hesitant to lend aid to Mayor Prickles, but upon the promise of finally receiving the "Hey, I'm humbling here" badge, she was swayed to the cause, and all of you, for various reasons, agreed to take up the charge of saving the park. Also, because Alan's birthday party relies on it.
Yes.
So you left Omirah Merryboar, had a run-in with Stella Bellum, Mayor Prickles' sparrow secretary with big dreams of being a star on the big stage, just like her hero, Omirah Merryboar. And then you proceeded your way to the Safari Playground, where we had a run-in with Queen Vespa's drones, who let you through to Queen Vespa herself, into the heart of her new real estate empire. And battle was had, and Tracy cunningly attacked some of the infrastructure with an oil flask, which roused the swarms within, causing you to have to dart, thanks to some last-minute aid from Alan, using a crowbar to remove the manhole of some nearby construction, you dove into the sewers, escaping the flight of wasps. And
as we land in the sewers, Deer just goes, "Everybody be quiet. This is where the Alligator Brothers used to be."
Yeah, so you all kind of tumble through the air, tumbling through the darkness. You smell your fate far before you see it.
We have to do one little take of everybody's little humble folk tumbling noises.
Yeah, everyone give me your best tumble.
Ready? We're falling.
The dark, murky water breaks your fall, but that doesn't make it any more pleasant. You pray it's just rainwater as you break above the surface and your eyes adjust to the murky darkness. What would you like to do?
I got something to tell all of yous. This ain't rainwater.
Ew. Smells like the men's dressing room.
Just don't get anything in your mouth, Omirah.
I want to find Alan. Where's Alan?
Yes, he splashes his head back up above the surface of the water, and he goes, "Whoa, that was fun."
I with my grabby hands, I like grab onto his shirt. I'm like,
Alan, you listen here, Alan. You don't let the things you see down here turn you into a rotten guy.
I can't see anything right now, so okay.
Keep it that way, Alan. Don't let your eyes adjust. Close your eyes.
Okay.
This part of the city will make a villain out of the most noble of creatures.
Okay.
Stay pure, Alan.
Okay.
Alan, do you enjoy the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
They're my favorite.
You're just like a Ninja Turtle now.
Can I be Raphael? No, Donatello. No, Michelangelo. No, Leonardo.
You can be whichever Ninja Turtle you choose. However, if we do come across any pizza, do not eat it, Alan.
Aw.
I'll check to make sure it's safe first. I'll take the first bite. I will accept that sacrifice. That snacrifice.
I'll light a snacrifice! Tracy! I'll light upon Alan's shoulder and hold my wings out, like drying my wings.
You know
you can technically glide, Omirah. So if you wanted to have not touched the water yet, that's within your power.
I think it's more fun if I splashed in the gross water.
Right, you splashed it. I'm not going to take that away from you. So you're drying your wings out like a cormorant.
Yes.
And balancing on Alan's head, Tracy like grabbing onto his to like the scruff of his sweatshirt. He's like, "Okay, hold on. I'll butterfly walk over to the side so we can get dry." Butterflies can't actually swim though. I don't know why they call it that. And he starts like you can tell Alan has been very good in swim lessons, and he like paddles his way over to these two kind of concrete ramps that are on either side of the flowing water.
Bunny, Tracy, grab on.
Yeah, and you all sort of paddle your way over and climbing out of the sewer water onto the sort of concrete sidewalk here contained within the tunnel. Alan climbs up and, he seemed in good spirits at first, sort of overwhelmed by the excitement of barreling down a manhole cover. But as he climbs out, he kind of looks around and says, "Oh, all of you okay? That was close."
Yes, is everyone all right? Is anyone injured?
I've been through worse.
Just my pride.
Oh.
Are you sure?
It's like, and he's got like a swelling wasp sting, and he's like
covered in
bleeding from one eye, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Now, these alligator brothers that you mentioned, do they have any warning signs? Anything we should look out for to avoid them?
He turns to his left, and you just see a giant wooden sign painted with it's just like an X with skull and crossbones, and it says "Alligator Headquarters, dead ahead."
What? No, it doesn't. What?
Who's the DM here?
You going crazy. You going crazy.
I'm
so
kidding.
crazy. No, that's great.
No,
but
he
you
just
do
goes-
know, you would know, dear, that you're not far from their old stomping grounds. Though, after you took down you're pretty certain that the city's seen the last of them since you took them down a year ago past.
Y'all, I want to shout out Fem Gamer Party just raided us.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Thanks, Fem Gamer Party.
Fans.
So Blitzen will look at Omirah and just go, Omirah, you got nothing to worry about, those alligator brothers. The city's seen the last of them.
My.
Those turtles, though, they're still around.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are real?
Oh, yeah. That Michelangelo owes me $5.
Well, Willie, can you introduce me?
Sure, kid. But, if you don't mind, this shoulder's starting to ache a little bit.
Oh,
I think Omirah needs to dry off those feathers a little bit better.
Are you fucking really hurt? Because I don't want to go into a sewer fight. And we can't.
Yeah, I meant
If we lose one of our animal characters in our Humblewood campaign, I don't know what.
You
don't know what you'll do?
The vibes will be
if
off.
you wanna, we can kind of say we take a short rest here, collecting ourselves by the.
I
side
can
of
do
this.
that. Yeah.
Okay,
Short
okay.
rest
Why don't
would
we
get
do
me
a
back
short
up to
rest?
like close
Yeah.
to full.
So
Yeah.
you kind of climbing out and you're gathering yourselves together, kind of getting your bearings down here in the.
Deer looks at Tracy and just goes, Tracy, stitch me up, will you? And he like kind of leans his shoulder in.
Cut me.
All right. This is gonna disturb me way more than it disturbs you.
the
Little
fingers.
grabby hands.
Bunny's like, hey, that's my line.
Goes up the stitches.
As she reaches into the pockets of her trench coat and pulls out like just trash, like some old dental floss, and like. You sure? You sure this is what you want?
So after
He like
after
he like bites down on his hoof. Do it.
so after like Civil War suturing deer back together, you take a few moments to compose yourselves, and Alan looks around at all of you and he says, "Well, I'm glad you all okay, but what are we gonna do now? Queen Vespa's way too strong, and my birthday's tomorrow. There's no way we'll get her out of there in time."
I tell you, Alan, the first thing we gotta do is get out of these sewers. Everybody follow my nose.
And Tracy's gonna start. I think Tracy's probably not unfamiliar with the sewers. I think she's gonna start trying to find her way out.
Yeah.
Great, sure,
try
yeah.
to cover some distance and then find somewhere to pop back up that's still within the confines of Central Park.
Gotcha. Okay, why don't you give me an investigation check?
Unless you guys want to stop at Gray's Papaya. Anybody? Anybody Gray's Papaya? No? Okay, just me? Fine. Best hot dogs in the city. God damn it. That's a natural 6 investigation. That's an 8.
Is it quite dark? Could I assist by casting light?
Sure, yeah.
I'm nocturnal. I know my way around in the dark.
That's true.
Great.
She runs into a pole.
Son of a- What you got there?
So you actually think that you recognize the parts of the sewers that you're in, Tracy, having been a constant denizen, making many quick escapes and oftentimes having to travel down here to find crooks that are trying to make a hideaway of it. And so you pretty confidently head off. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just that that fight with Queen Vespa knocked you a little loose. But you take a corner, and where you think you should be isn't there. You actually come upon this old, like, ancient sewer tunnel. You can tell because the walls are lined with brick instead of the concrete. That's generally more well used down here. And as you take a moment to like puzzle what possibly could have gone wrong, you hear something, the sounds of slight splashing. And coming into view, you kind of look up the pipe, and floating down along the sort of river here in the sewers, coming into view out of the darkness, is a white a entirely white, except for his long worm-like tail, rat, and he's floating in half of an oat milk carton using a wooden spoon as an oar, and he kind of like paddles his way, being carried gently on the current, but paddling his way up to you all the less. And he looks to you all and he says, "Well, that was quite the show. That Queen Vespa's one thorny customer, wouldn't you say?"
You there?
I've met a lot of hard-boiled eggs in my time, but her, she's 20 minutes.
If I had any concept of time, that joke would be hilarious.
You there?
Oh, go ahead, Campbell.
Oh,
How do you know of Vespa? Do you often breach the surface?
everybody knows about Queen Vespa now. She's hoping to branch out into real estate down here. Not a lot of secret, it goes for real cheap these days down in the sewers, but think maybe she's hoping to turn it into something special. I don't know, though. I don't trust her kind much farther than I can throw 'em, if you take my meaning.
This broad is relentless. Sir, we're looking to get out of the sewers, actually. Which way would we go to make this happen?
Sewers? Why would you ever want to get out of the sewers? Everything good ultimately ends up down here.
Like what?
Well, I could tell you a tale about, you remember when Snoopy went off course for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade? I've been using old Snoop to make my trousers for 20 years now.
That is quite resourceful of you. Now,
you can see, indeed, he has some sleek, white plastic trousers on the bottom half of him.
Nice pleating. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually have with us. What's your name?
Oh, I'm just a passerby. You can call me Ronnie.
Ronnie the rat. We really must be going because we have with us a human boy, for whom we're hoping to host a birthday celebration, and we must defeat Queen Vespa in order to do so.
Oh. So the little tax party relies on you being able to overcome that nasty CEO, is that it?
Indeed.
Wow.
Listen, Ronnie. She's starting up top there. But before you know it, she'll be gentrifying these sewers before you can paddle away.
Oh, man. I think you might be on to something there. Look, I don't like her any more than any of y'all do, but she's got an army of drones at her beck and call. Oh, man, it'd be quite a tango to go up against her. I guess if you really wanted a way to defeat Queen Vespa, well, you could go and find the King of What's Forgot. Legends say he has the power to grant wishes, after all.
What? The King of What's Forgot?
That's right, King of What's Forgot.
Where does he reside?
Oh, well, you're in a bit of luck there, sister. As legends go, he lives in these very sewers at the end of where 5 angels sing as one. You could follow this tunnel to find him, but it can be pretty dangerous round here. I don't know, no telling what you might run into.
The 5 angels? Say that again about the angels?
Well, as the legends go, the King of What's Forgot makes his home where 5 angels sing as one.
Wow. Well, I'm intrigued. Have you ever met him? Could you point us in the right direction, or are we are to explore?
Well, you could find, if you follow this tunnel, you may just find him, King of What's Forgot, last time I met him, he told me a great bit of wisdom. And that is that it's amazing what you can get done by doing nothing at all.
Huh. Interesting. Thank you very much, Ronnie?
That's me! And he's getting like farther down the river now, so he's like starting to shout back to you. That's me! Good luck finding the king of what's forgot. If you do, I'm sure he'll be able to make your wishes come true. But be careful! It's pretty risky round here.
Well, I suppose we have at least a direction. Shall we away?
One might say.
However, everyone keep your backs to the wall, as it were. It seems as though the sewers won't be any walk in the park. However, the walk in the park has now been interrupted by wasps as well.
Yeah.
This way? And I'll lift off of Alan's shoulder and I'll start going down. Like, what are we looking at? Like, is
So
there
you're
like a
looking down
main?
Yeah, it's sort of, you're looking down a long tunnel that's made of brick rather than the concrete you've become
A
accustomed.
tubular tunnel.
And it just kind of barrels down, eventually just tapering off into darkness beyond the light that you're casting, Omirah. So, and that is also the direction that Ronnie like rafted off into. So you could follow this tunnel or turn around and try and find another way out.
Lead the way, Omirah. We're right behind you.
To the king of what's forgot. And I'm gonna start sailing down. Let's say light is cast on on the gemstone on my little grand dame feather thing on my head.
Very good. Grand. See, okay, so you carry on down the tunnel. And
Yeah.
it winds.
I'll stick to the shadows. I'll try to scout out ahead a little bit. Try to keep an eye out. Keep my nose to the ground for any trouble.
Sure, great then. Then Tracy, why don't you give me a stealth check to sort of make out secret tunnels in the chat?
I do have advantage on stealth checks made in dim light or darkness.
It's pretty dark down here, so go to town.
So that is going to be 17 on the die for a total of a 20 something.
Campbell, Abster just said, through the
20.
sewer!
Through the sewer!
Secret tunnel!
22?
22.
22, huzzah! So you sneak a little bit ahead, Tracy, charting a course for your companions. And after a time of wandering down this dark and lonely sewer tunnel, you
Come
eventually...
back, friends, and you just see like the tail of a trench coat trailing off as I
Yes.
skitter off into the shadows.
Careful up there, Tracy.
Don't worry, I know these sewers like the back of my hand.
Heading off into the shadows, eventually, Tracy, as you meander down this winding tunnel, you come to a fork with 3 different routes. There is a tunnel that goes off to the left that heads downwards. There is a tunnel that heads off to the right that heads upwards. And there is a tunnel in the center between those 2 forks that carries on straight. What would you like to do?
I would like to try to use my deductive reasoning to see if I can get an idea of where roughly in the city I am. And maybe follow my nose. Do I smell any hot dogs or anything coming wafting down any of these tunnels?
What does your raccoon nose smell?
Sure, trying to get a sense of where you might be or what the surroundings might.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. Why don't you
Deer
give
will
me...
perk his ears up. Like, try to do perception.
Nice. If you want to give me an investigation check, Tracy, and then Deer, if you want to try a perception check from back a ways as you're making your way through the tunnels, you're welcome to.
You'd think I'd be better at these. That was a natural 3 for a 5.
Well, I've only been a bard for 3 episodes, but did I retroactively inspire you?
Sure, if you want to say you gave some encouraging words as she was
Now,
sneaking off.
Tracy, as my friend Jack Sparrow once said, as I see you struggling to determine which tunnel to go down. Now, Tracy, to quote my friend Jack Sparrow, my tremendous intuitive sense of the female creature informs me that you are troubled. And
True
so you
words
can add
were
a
never
D6.
spoken, Omirah.
Add a D6. Okay, what did I say? I got a 5.
Yeah.
No kidding, I'm troubled, Omirah. I smell like shit, and I have no idea where I am. It's on the die though. So that's 11.
Okay, so
Okay, you just got an inspiration from moving JPEGs.
Hey now.
Oh, I do so love that. I'm gonna hang on to that. I'm gonna hang on to it. I want to
Save
see
it
how
for
the
the
I got a
next one goes.
17, Trev, for the perception.
okay, cool. Great. So on your investigation, Tracy, you're trying to get a sense if you can, but you think actually, having traveled down this old meandering sewer grate, you must be pretty close to the southern edge of the park now, because it's getting closer to the older part of the city. You know, that was set like the tip of Manhattan that was settled back in, like the Revolutionary War days. So you must be closer to the southern tip, but beyond that, you can't be sure. And in fact, you've traveled a way that you've never been through the sewers before, as if drawn by some strange destiny.
This always happens. You live in this city your whole life, but as soon as you get south of the grid, it's so hard to find your way around.
What you do pick up on is you can hear coming from the central pipe that carries on straight forward. You do pick up the sounds of rushing water. And from the pipe to the right that heads upwards, at the faintest edge of your hearing, you think you can make out voices. Indistinct, but there nonetheless.
I have a strong sense that way, she points towards the rushing river, is Canal Street. And as far as those voices go, but keep your voices down. I hear something. I hear some jibber jabbering off to the right here. Could be nothing. Could be something.
Shall we
think-
have a sneak?
I think we shall. I've been rolling very poorly on my investigating, but I've been rolling very well on stealth.
And we'll say, yeah, as you kind of draw closer, dear, with your perception check, Tracy delivering to you the news, the rumblings of this hearing, you focus your well-trained cervine ears, finely tuned for searching and try locating predators towards the sound of the voices, and just at the edge of hearing, you can start to make out. All right, you layabouts. You enjoy your break, but not too long. We'll be back to work in no time. You hear me?
That was so cute.
I didn't quite hear that. Ever since I lost my eye, my hearing hasn't been so good.
Oh, did you not?
I like that.
You hear voices talking from a distance. One voice seemingly commanding some other figures seemingly to go on break, but make it snappy.
What do you think?
Okay, cool.
I think
Hey,
I hear
shh.
somebody violating labor laws, and nothing
I hear that
nothing
too,
grinds
Tracy.
my gears more than violating laws.
How do you want to do this, Tracy?
Start the sneaky way.
Start the sneaky way. And then if we need to, I have the ability to send ahead of us just a minor illusion, if you will, and we could see how they react when someone enters their space, if we need to. But first, I'll follow your lead, Tracy.
Will
Yeah, I
wonders
could,
never cease.
I could always punch one of them in the face if we need to.
That's
let me know.
true. That's plan C.
Okay.
The bunny rabbit.
Okay, great. So you're taking the right
Plan
path that
C,
slopes
but clean your
upwards.
clack.
I'll like brush one wing over my forehead, and the light on my little gemstone will go out.
Or C for
Oh shit!
C for sassafras.
Okay, so sneaking up the right pathway, which slopes upwards. Everybody, give me a stealth check.
Oh boy.
If everybody is going, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm certainly going, and I'll lead. I'll
Oh,
take the
yeah.
vanguard. I'll lead the way.
Oh, okay.
And that is a natural 20 for a 25.
There it is.
two.
You got
Very
another-
good.
You got one too? Nice.
Very good, very good.
That is
A 21.
21.
15 on the die for an 18.
Hey, when the lowest is an 18, you know you're doing fine. Okay,
Yeah, that's a 26 for me, in case you wanted to know.
26. Well, forget about it then. Campaign over. You sneak like
Yeah,
that.
we did it! Honey, we did it!
You sneak up and you sort of manage to use the echoing of these voices bouncing off the sewer walls to mask the sounds of your own footsteps as you traverse up. And you kind of slink through the shadows. And as you round a corner, sticking to the shadows, you can see at the end of this sewer is a door that looks like one of those, like submarine doors that's on all the buildings in SpongeBob's house. And standing in front of it are several scruffy-looking alley cats. They've got like chunks missing out of their ears, patches of fur missing. Some of them are scratching at fleas, but they're just kind of hanging out outside of the door here, puffing on some cigarettes, kind of like jibing back and forth to each other. What would you like to do?
Do we make ourselves known?
Do they look armed? These cats.
Cats are always armed. They got claws.
That's true.
But you gotta realize, we don't need to resort to violence just yet, unless you talk about throwing the book at them, and books only deal non-lethal damage.
That's true. Perhaps we should just come out with it. I mean, all we're looking for is information, right? For this king of what's forgot.
That's right. All right. Yeah. Why don't
Why don't we
go
do
ahead
the
and-
minor illusion thing just in case?
Okay, I'm all right. with
Okay, I'm gonna. Let me
that.
see.
Kind of illusion.
Let me see how complicated I can make
Go
it.
ahead, Omirah.
You can create.
So it can be
of an object. Okay.
Yeah, minor illusion. It can be either an object or a sound, but it can't. You can make a visual, but it can't make sounds. Or you can make a sound, but you can't do visuals.
All right. Let's say this.
Omirah illusion.
Omirah illusion. I send out in my mind. I'm sending out the image of myself, but because it's minor illusion, it's like an old-timey stage prop where it's totally flat and 2D. It's just like a bird on a popsicle stick, essentially, and it just like floats from the darkness and just floats in front of them.
Okay, so this piece of stage scenery floats out into view of all the cats, and as they whip their heads around, all of their thin sort of like what do you call? How would you describe a cat's pupils? You know what I'm talking about.
Iris?
The slit.
The slits, yeah, they're that sounds. I just don't want to say they're slitted eyes. That sounds like wrong in a bunch of different ways. Anyway, they all whirl their heads around, look, and they like go down on all fours. They hunch their backs up into that arc, and they all just start going, "Hey, whoa, hey, oh, hey!"
I love how the cats are Italian.
Stand down, cats. It was only a minor illusion. And then I'll just fly out.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing to see here. I'm sure we're just dealing with an innocent craps game or something.
Hey, Tracy, you know these cats?
I don't know, do I?
So are you all making your way out of the shadows with Omirah?
I certainly am, yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. So you all make your way out, and the cats retreat from their hunched positions, seeing you all make your way out, and they sort of like quickly huddle together and start like conferring amongst themselves. Gibbering back and forth, whispering under their breath as they sort of go into a football huddle. They go, "All right, use. What is it you want in here?"
Us? Oh, nothing. We're just on a nice stroll through the sewers. Assuming that we won't see anything incriminating.
Nobody goes for a nice stroll down here. Get your Get him. Just go get him.
Well, wait. Who is getting whom? We're just having a friendly chat.
Well, you tumbled into some dangerous territory, lady. It's a bit above my pay grade of what to do with yous. So I gotta get my boss.
Would
See?
your boss happen to be, the king of what's forgot?
King of what you going around walking through sewers telling fairy tale stories for, lady?
You don't know of this king? I thought this was your domain.
I might happen to know of whom you're talking about. And as the door behind them kind of opens, and an orange tabby cat in a slick vest and a bowler hat kind of slinks out and walks between the cats who you met on guard here, and kind of comes slinking up to you. What you want to know about the king of what's forgot?
Do I know this cat? Is this like a known cat in the criminal underworld?
Give me a history check.
Okay. How's my history score? Not great.
What's his opinion on lasagna?
Anybody ever tell you look like Garfield?
I truly can't roll above a 5 on anything
No!
other than health rolls. That's a 2. It's a 2 on the die for a 2.
It's familiar to you, Tracy. You swear you've seen his mugshot somewhere in the precinct before, but you can't quite place it.
Trevi, can I make a history roll to see if I'm familiar with them in the sewers?
Sure, you may. Yes, go ahead. Make a history check. And in fact, but Kay, Tracy, you can't shake the feeling that they used to be part of something big. What do you got, dear?
I love when my die rolls do not respect my backstory.
Natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
Well, fuck.
So as this orange tabby slinks out, you do reckon.
You have inspiration.
I forgot.
Okay, you had inspiration.
Gotta use it. Use them. Smoke them if you got them.
I forgot. Well, now that you got that,
Smoke them if you got them.
But I'm keeping that in mind next time I roll like shit.
But making his way out, you know this cat to be Tabby Genovese. And he used to run with the alligator brothers.
Tabby Genovese, yeah.
Hey, I know you. Well. Look what the cat's dragged in. And then another of his cronies goes, boss, we didn't drag him here. They just kind of walked up. Enough out of yous! What's brought you all this way, Blitzen?
Well,
Information, Tabby. And if I know anything about yous, you got quite a yarn to spin.
Man, I played with a few balls of yarn in my time.
So let's start unraveling.
I ain't talking to you, knock.
Hey, I got nothing on you. We're just down here for a stroll, unless that's catnip I smell.
Now listen. Why don't you all turn around and head back the way you came, and we'll all forget about what we seen here today, okay? I think that would be the best option for everybody.
I believe if you would like us to keep a secret either about your possession of catnip or your general whereabouts, why don't we trade information for information? We'll hold on to your information and you'll tell us where resides the king of what's forgot.
So you want to know about the king, huh? Okay. Sure. I know where he is. He's right through this door back here. Why don't you just head on inside? Say hello.
I would like to.
Sense motive.
Well, it's kind of. No, but I want to. I want to use my my eye for detail trait.
Great.
Eye for detail skill to see if I can, from where I am, spot any clues. Maybe get a glimpse past him and see what exactly he's either up to or leading us towards.
Great. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right. If I roll badly, I will use my inspiration this time. And this
Well-
so this is an investigation check. Okay, here we go. Okay. So that's a 12, but I'm gonna use that inspiration because I can do better.
Send it away.
And that's a 17.
Yeah.
Very good. So, when he opened the door to kind of make his way onto this landing, you saw behind Tracy with your well-trained eyes. You saw there's a huge whatever is on the other side. The other room is a huge sort of cavern, sort of chamber. You picked up on you saw floating in the air as he made his way in a couple of small white petals, and you heard the sound of falling water on the other side,
Petals like flower petals?
like flower petals.
Huh. Huh. I don't know what to make of that.
I'll tell you what, Genovese. Unless you want to end up like the Alligator Brothers, maybe you tell us what we're looking for.
And I want to roll intimidation.
Go for it.
And then I'd like to help him by stepping up next to him and cracking my knuckles when he says that.
You like start stretching the bunny paws.
Yeah, just neck crack, knuckle crack.
I am but a humble
Shoulder
civil
roll.
servant. I am but a humble civil servant. But these two, well, I don't really know. I don't have any control over what they do and whether or not they operate in or outside of the law.
Like that.
Well, geez.
All right, that is
Go ahead.
that's a natty 17 on the die for an 18.
Hey, geez, guys, I don't know why you're getting all up in arms here. I already told you. The king, if you want to see the king, just head on through that door behind us.
Why, so you can lock it up right behind us?
Oh, like you know everything I'm gonna do, just because you're some fancy detective.
I am some fancy detective, and I didn't get to be such a fancy detective. I didn't get this far. I didn't get within 2 weeks of retirement by being a sucker.
Yeah, well, if you want to you want to make it 2 more weeks in order to retire, I'm assuming you need this king, huh? And I'm telling you, he's right through there.
So,
Why do you keep saying it like that?
one
So
more of
you're
my-
suspicious
One more of
of
my
it.
abilities. I am very suspicious, and one more of my abilities is
He's
ear
full
for
of hairballs.
ear for deceit. So I have a talent for picking out lies. So whenever I make a wisdom insight check to determine whether a creature of lying. Oh, okay. So I want to make an insight check on them.
Great. Okay, yeah, go for it.
I didn't know if this was going to be like some cool, like contested roll thing, but it's not. Basically, if I roll below an 8, it's an 8. 14. So 16.
And you were trying to determine.
I'm doing insight on him. I'm trying to see if he's lying.
Great. It's fun. You just don't think. You know, you've been around. You're real good at sniffing out liars, Tracy. And this, you can tell immediately that Tabby Genovese is one of the best liars in town. And you also know that the best lies are oftentimes tinged with truth. But he is certainly lying.
Oh, you know what, Genovese? You know what I like about you? What I like about you is your rock bottom. I wouldn't expect you to understand this, but it's a great comfort for a girl to know she could not possibly sink any lower.
I aims to please.
I have a feeling you are not exactly being completely untruthful about what is on the other side of that door, but I think there are some details that you are not making abundantly clear.
I don't traffic in details, detective. Just business. You want to go or not? I'm giving you the free entry.
I don't like this.
I'll tell you what. We'll go. Right after you.
Sure, you want me to be the vanguard? Just fall in behind me. Follow old Tabby Genovese. I'll get you where you need's going. And he turns around, spins the big wheel on the door, and it opens up. And he heads inside. Follow me, heroes.
Is
We want you
Alan
all.
still
We
with
want
us?
you all going ahead of us.
All right, no problem. Follow me, boys. Come on down.
Stay close, Alan.
Okay, I will. This is pretty crazy.
This is pretty crazy.
Buddy,
I trust you all.
keep your ears on a swivel. Got a bad feeling about this.
So you follow Tabby Genovese. You follow Tabby Genovese down through the door and down a long sort of sloping walkway, which brings you into this huge chamber. Along one wall, 5 drain pipes empty their contents into a waterfall, which all spill down and collect in this sort of cistern at the bottom of a long 50-foot drop. So you're walking down a sort of ramp that leads you down this 50-foot height. And at the bottom, heavy grating covers over this one big deep channel of sewage that kind of flows downwards. But there's grating over the top of it, so you can walk over it, creating this big sort of empty chamber. At the bottom of this chamber, along this grating also, there are long planks of wood on top of overturned plastic crates. And splashed across the top of these tables are what seem to be various flowers, or a huge collection of flowers. They're green stalks dappled with dozens of white and purple flowers that you may have seen the petals of earlier, Tracy.
What have you got here?
Medicine.
What sort?
You know, kind of helps with all ailments. We're trying to do a good service down here.
From where did you procure it?
What kind of shady criminal would I be if I gave up my shady contacts? Come on.
Medicine that heals what?
Sobriety.
Hey, why don't you go have a taste of it yourself, Toots?
I'm not taking a taste, but I'm trying to get a good whiff from where I am.
This
Sure.
isn't my first rodeo, Genovese. You try your own stuff first, and then I'll bite.
Great. So, Tracy, if you're trying to discern by sniff, give me either. Why don't you give me nature or investigation also would work, or perception, I guess, would work in this instance too, since you're trying to smell.
Ooh, okay.
We are discerned by sniff.
So here's my dilemma. Because if I go with investigation, I can't roll lower than an 8, but my bonus is higher for perception.
Choices. What do you got, detective?
I'm gonna go with perception. I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna do a literal roll of the dice. And that's gonna be, oh fuck me. Nope, that's a natural 1.
Oh no!
You have such
wow.
bad luck on our Twitch streams.
It really is only on Twitch that I have bad luck. In
Yeah,
real life-
really.
in real life, I roll
Okay,
I want a
so-
cold streak.
You go to sniff, trying to discern what exactly this substance is, and as you're moving along the tables, you go sniffing about, and I think Tabby Genovese maybe notices you poking about, and he takes up one of his paws and wraps it on the table. At the end, as you move along the tables, you see these flowers in sort of various degrees of processing. They start as, the whole stalks, but then, they're being sliced up until finally at the end of the table being ground into a fine powder. And as he slams his paw on the table, a little bit this kicks up, and you get way more of it than you were anticipating, Tracy. And it instantly becomes recognizable to you. as Nepeta cataria, more commonly known as catnip.
I knew it.
And you get a
a
huge
cataria.
whiff of this, Tracy. I'm gonna need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Would we
Oh!
consider this a poison?
Yes, I think we would.
Okay, so I think I have either advantage or advantage on saving throws against being poisoned. So con save, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Constitution. Okay. Thank God, because 13 and a 1. So the 13 is going to give me a 14.
As you breathe in the noxious nip, Tracy, you get an overwhelming compulsion to shove your face deeper into a big pile, rubbing your cheeks into the finely ground flowers, and you begin to drool out of the sides of your mouths as you are deeply infected with the noxious substance.
No.
Tracy, no! Stay the course!
You know what they say. First bite's always free. How you feeling, detective?
I'm feeling.
How am I feeling? Like, do I have control of my facilities right now?
The twitching of the nose got me.
How am I feeling? I'll tell you how I'm feeling.
You
I'm
feel
feeling great.
Tracy. You know what, Tracy? You feel great.
Yeah, do I feel like great or do I feel like
Great.
No, you feel like
this an upper or a downer?
great. How you feeling, detective?
I'm feeling like I'm gonna let this slide this time. Tabby.
Very generous of you, detective. All right, enough messing around. Come on over here and I'll fetch the king for you. He'll be right by. And he leads you over across the grating to an edge where all of these drain pipes are emptying out into this one sort of basin. And then that basin carries on underneath the grating on which you walk to sort of another big, wide channel waterfall that spills over, falling into darkness. And he kind of leads you over to the edge of this grating where it spills over. Wait here. I'll make sure the king comes on post-haste.
Guys, does anyone feel like maybe we should just forget about all this and go get some soft pretzels?
Bunny would like to slap Tracy across the face and be like, "Snap out of it, Tracy!" Shake her by like the collar.
Deer
Brent.
looks at
I mean, roll the hit, I guess.
Roll the hit,
I'm
yeah.
not
Roll the
DM.
hit.
I can only picture you being like, damn it, detective, and then hopping into the air and like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kick
Oh!
me right into the sewer.
I guess this is not a good time to roll a natty 19, but
Well, there you go.
Better than a 20. Hey, I'll take it.
yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Yeah, we'll just say you do a point of damage as you try to shake some sense into Detective Tracy Stiletto here.
Does that help me shake my stupor at all?
Why don't you take the save again?
Okay.
Why don't you do another Constitution saving throw?
Okay. 16.
16. Okay, great. Yeah. So, Bunny gives you a quick slap across the snout, and you kind of like spin around like a cartoon character. And you're like trying to bring your vision into focus as you stare out over this expanse. And as you look down at the river sort of flowing beneath you, you can, and as your friends, kind of like search about waiting for this King of What's Forgot to make his grand appearance, you kind of whirl around, Tracy, and find your eyes settling on the sort of flowing water beneath you. And you see at first what you think is a sort of a massive log just kind of floating in the water here. But please, why don't you give me a perception check, Tracy, as you're coming out of your stupor here.
That's a 7.
Oh no.
Why can't this dumb raccoon be as smart as me?
It looks like a Tootsie Roll.
This log kind of comes floating up. It's right underneath the grating where you're all just standing about waiting for the king to emerge. And it kind of like, it's like huge. It looks like it could have been one of the trunks of one of the trees in the park. It's like 20 feet long, right? As it floats up and up and up, almost right to the bubbling right to the top of the surface, right beneath your very feet, Tracy. And then you see this log open up 2 gleaming yellow eyes. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, gee whiz.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, it's my best one. I'm switching dice because I don't know why I've been so insistent on using these ones that are intent on screwing me over. That's going to be a 23.
A 23. Okay, you have a second to react as you see this the surface of the water crashes open and shooting up into the air. We have bursting forth from the water a lean, mean dinosaur covered in green scales, twice as long as all of you lined up. Rows of dagger-like teeth twist into a crocodile smile as his one good eye comes to rest upon all of you, the other obscured by antler scars raking across his face. Alfonso Alligatori breaks the surface and snaps, and Tracy just manages to dart out of the way of his snapping jaws as his big grin settles on you, dear.
Whoa. Tracy! Get back!
Well.
Like,
What have we got here? I suppose I should have known I'd see you down here again, Blitzen. You just can't stay away from the muck, can ya?
Alphonse. It's been a long time.
And let's take our
Left
break.
eye's looking a little worse for wear.
Let's take our break there.
Nice!
And when we come back, Chad has redeemed both GM disadvantage and Ned advantage.
I can't imagine that'll come in handy anytime soon.
Keep that in mind as we move forward.
Look at these boobs. Put them up. Put them up.
And,
And a hydration check.
Hydration check. So everybody hydrate on your
Cheers.
break.
Excellent call.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, what do we got
I'm
for the
trying to-
giveaway, Campbell?
Okay.
Well, let's
Omirah, give us your inspiration.
Okay.
You have
I've got it.
Yeah.
You got a comment with a phrase that rhymes like "see you later, alligator" or "in a while, crocodile." But like, come up with your own animal and your own phrase that rhymes.
Your own rhyming animal sentiment.
Your
Does it
own
have- does it
rhyming
have to be
animal
a-
sentiment.
Does it have to be a send-off, like a see you later or a goodbye kind of deal?
Just make us a rhyme with the name of an animal.
Right.
Any animal rhyme.
And animal interpret that however you like.
And that's on the Instagram under our newest post.
And that's on the Instagram. The latest post is another picture of Ned as dear Blitzen. And there's also, you can see the next picture in the slide is a little close-up of the eraser dice. And we'll be back in a few moments.
Toodaloo.
Bye!
Don't leave town.
1, a 2, a 3.
Wow! Hey, welcome back, everybody.
Well. I am so impressed by everybody's animal rhymes.
Good ones. Good ones.
And we just
They-
want to say you're all winners in our heart.
You really are, because that was hard mode, and you all rose to
I know.
the
I'm
challenge.
sorry I came up with a hard one, but they were really great.
But
Good
they
work,
were really
everybody.
great. It was very much worth it. And we have a winner, according to the D20. Our winner is Gabin Yoxie
Ooh.
with See You There, Grizzly Bear.
Yay! Good work. Yay!
And
Congratulations.
Gavin Yaski, I'm going to sweeten the deal. I have a D6 here with a little bit of blue resin running through it. And I'm going to throw that in with your dice set.
That looks
All right,
like one of
blue
those
resin.
gummy whales.
I will be reaching out to you on Instagram to get your shipping info this week, sometime before next stream, and we will get your dice out to you.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Thanks, everybody.
Thank you all, friends. More giveaways next week.
But with winners announced, congratulations to our winners. Thank you for hanging out, everyone. Welcome back. We are going to dive right back in here as Alfonso Alligatori rears himself up, crawling out onto the grated floor on which you all stand. He looks at you, dear Blitzen, and says,
You know, I always wondered if I'd get a chance to take my revenge for you gutting my brother and toppling my business. And I always have been a lucky gator. Come on, Blitzen. Let's see what you're made of.
and I need everyone to roll initiative for me, please.
Boy.
Alligatori, I thought you were holed up in the sewers underneath Rikers.
Okay, initiatives, please. Bunny.
12. Sorry.
12. Deer.
That's a 14.
Omirah.
I am also a 14.
Grand. Do you know who has a higher
What's your plus 2 initiative, Campbell?
+2.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first. I'm a +3.
Huzzah. So I'm just gonna put you at 15. We're gonna put Omirah at 14. We're gonna put Tracy. What you got?
I'm turning it around. I got a 19.
Hey, there she is.
Yeah.
She's firing back. Okay. You are here amongst the flowing water and greasy grime of the sewers with an angry alligator bearing down on you. Tracy, you are up. Dear, you are on deck.
All right. I'm gonna reach into my trench coat and I'm gonna pull out my Maypack crafted rubber band powered revolver. And I'm gonna launch a ball bearing right at Alligatori's face.
Fire away.
I want to do my my insightful fighting. So I will need
yes, very
Alligatori.
good.
I will need Alligatori to roll a deception check, and if I can beat it with an insight check, then I'll get advantage, or I'll get. sneak attack
You just
damage.
you can do your sneak attack no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, deception. Okay, counting that 3, 1.
That'll give me. Ooh, okay. All right. Well, I will take it because I got an 11. So
Very
now
good.
Now I still have to roll to hit. Oh,
How do you
where's my-
discern the weaknesses of Alfonso Alligatori here, Tracy?
I think it's just like, well, you hear in her head as she starts. She just all of a sudden you zoom in on Tracy's eyes. As she looks around, she goes into everything around her goes into slow motion as she takes in her surroundings and says, "The sewers. Nothing good trickles down. This is where the dreams of all New Yorkers end up. Big or small, rich or poor, it all comes out in the wash. They all end up down the drain. Here go the dreams of all the dreamers. The eternal optimists. They come to me in the trash cans by the basement door of Belvedere Castle in search of facts. And they know that I'm the best fact finder around. They come to me because they want a reality check. Or at least they think they do. You give them one, and they hate you for it."
Oh my god.
So that ends. In all of that, she takes in all the details and just finds an easy.
Yeah, you find it's like Bard finding the one missing scale on Smog's body.
Exactly. Okay, so to hit. Oh my god! I hope I roll well after all that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
Thanks.
That's a 22 to hit. Yeah,
That
22.
will hit. Yeah, roll
Okay.
damage.
All right, so that's going to be my regular bonus plus. Okay, so I get to roll 3d6 total.
That's plus 3 piercing damage. And that's going to be, if I can find one more D3 or D6. 6, 10, 11, 14 points of damage.
14 points. Great. Okay, cool. Anything else, Tracy?
Does that take my bonus action, the insightful? Yes, it does. Okay, that's my turn.
Great. Dear, you are up. Omirah, you are on deck. What do you got, dear, as you stare down your old nemesis?
Alfonso, I should have finished you when I had the chance. And he's
You
gonna...
certainly tried. I guess I got 9 lives, or at least that alley cat I ate did.
Come on! And he's just gonna let his antlers down. And he's gonna go charging at him headstrong.
All right, giddy up.
Oh yeah, Ned, don't forget you have inspiration.
Oh, nice.
Should you choose to use it.
DM.
Disadvantage. Yes, what's up?
I am going to move, would you say, 20 feet in a straight line?
Sure, we can call it that, yeah.
All right, great. Okay. That was a natural 1
Uh-oh.
and a
boy.
natural 18. So
All right, we'll take the 18
Nice.
then. Thank you, inspiration.
Thank you.
Chat. Thank you, chat.
for the inspiration. So that is a 22 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage.
Alrighty. So, with my antlers, that is a D6, 5 on the die, plus my strength modifier. So that is a 9 points of piercing damage.
9
And-
points.
DM,
Yes.
I need a DC, which is it's a strength saving throw.
Okay.
And the DC is my proficiency bonus, which is 2 plus 8 plus my strength modifier. So 14 in total. You got to beat.
Great. Okay, here we go. Strength saving throw. He gets a nat 20.
Oh, darn it! So the antlers go, and you can see that I'm trying to push him back. I'm trying to do like a bull rush. I'm trying to knock him back 10 feet, and I just stop, and like my antlers hook in with his hands, and
He like locks you up. Yeah.
We're
He's got like
gridlocked.
his
Yeah.
tiny little alligator hands locked up in your antlers. And his like long alligator face is like slanting down and coming up, like almost pressing your long sloping snouts together.
yeah.
What are you even doing down here, Blitzen? What do you got to fight for anymore?
I gotta get out of this city.
Omirah, your turn is up.
Okay. Okay. I want to preface this by saying that I can't help myself.
We don't want you to. We don't want you to.
We don't want
I
you
am
to at
who
all.
I am. All right.
Stories are always so good.
I'm gonna look at this alligator, and I'm gonna say, to quote my friend Bella Swan.
Nah!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is it? What is it?
Quote my friend Bella Swan. Why am I covered in feathers? And then I'm
Oh my god.
And then I'm gonna fly at him. I haven't even gotten to the part that I apologized for.
Okay, go.
As I fly at him, I'm gonna pull from the costume jewelry around my neck
Uh-huh.
an antique, like one of those like timepieces on a string that I like stole off of a fancy man, like 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And as I say, why am I covered in feathers? I'm gonna like whoosh, and while he's distracted by me flapping in his face, I'm gonna take that timepiece,
Oh.
and chuck it in his mouth.
Oh boy. Okay.
As I cast Fairy Fire. And instead of him glowing, so that instead of him glowing as the spell names, I would like to flavor it that he is ticking.
Yeah, okay, great. Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
So he has to make a
Yeah.
dexterity saving throw to
He sure-
prevent this watch from going in down his throat.
He sure does. He sure does. Okay, here we go. Dexterity saving throw. Okay. Jeez. counting that 11, 10.
Yay! Okay, so now, as he like and swallows this little watch, he will start ticking, so that we always know where he is.
Nice.
Everyone
advantage, yeah,
has advantage on attack rolls against him.
Huzzah!
Nice.
Very good, very good.
And then I will do a little spin move and fly back up into the air, and I'll look back at everybody and say, "Get him!"
Is that the pigeon from Made in Manhattan?
Of course it is!
All right,
Oh
great.
my
Anything else,
God.
Omirah?
That's all.
All right, Bunny, you're up. What do you got?
Oh,
Okay.
shout out. Thank you, Kazi. Says, let's go, Starcatcher.
Hey, very good.
So I'm just gonna charge in, and I'm coming with like, I'm diving in with, I'm jumping up and bringing like a double hammer fist down on him
Get him.
Hell yeah.
Right in
with
his alligator.
advantage. Oh God! Rolled a 3 and a 6.
No!
Oh, no.
That 6 is a 12. Does that hit?
No, I'm afraid not. You go in for a double battering, Bunny, but your little bunny paws just bounce off of his scaly armor.
Okay. Okay.
Go for the furry of blows.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Yep.
Blows!
Hurry up.
Uh,
Fury of blows.
So yeah, I'm gonna just attack again. Using the key point. Do I get advantage on that attack as well?
2 for fairy
or-
fire.
Yes, if it's from Fairy Fire,
Okay.
yeah, all attacks. Uh-huh.
Okay, that time I rolled an 11 and a 12. So that's an 18 to hit.
That'll
There we
do.
go.
Yeah, that'll do. Roll
Now,
Upgrades.
so I think I actually get 2 attacks on this, and I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
With Flurry of Blows, you get 2. Yeah. Oh, if you
I-
just do the unarmed strike as a bonus action, it's 1. But Flurry of Blows is 2.
Yeah, well, so I just don't have a weapon, so all my attacks are unarmed strikes. I know
Well, so
I'm
there's
allowed
there's
to have a weapon, but I didn't want one.
You can have a weapon, and then there is the mechanic of unarmed strike where a monk can just always make a unarmed strike as a bonus attack if they take the attack action.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm using.
either
the
way,
key
yeah, you
point
got 2,
to
so
do
go ahead.
2 attacks.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
for it.
So, all right, I'll just roll that damage first. That's 6 points of damage.
6 points of
And-
damage coming in.
One more hit. Jeez, out of the box. Okay, and that's another 18.
That'll hit.
and,
Yeah. What you got?
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Great. Okay. Anything else, Bunny?
Nah, yeah, I just like came down and it like my initial hit like deflected off, and then I was just like shit, and I think I just caught him with like 2 uppercuts to like the soft part
In the
of his
soft
jaw.
underbelly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Giddy
And
up,
then
giddy
just and then actually then I will, because my movements are a little jerky and unpredictable, I'm gonna then take a step back and free disengage, because I am actually a drunken monk, and when I use flurry of blow,
Furry.
Furry of
yeah, furry
Hurry up,
blows,
blows.
yeah, I get a free disengage if I want it. So I'm gonna take
Nice.
Nice!
Very good. Very good. Yeah, so you make your way back, maybe sniffing in a couple of this catnip vapors to
Ooh,
enhance
yeah.
your drunken fist.
And
Okay.
I'll end it. Yep.
Yeah, great. Okay, so that is going to bring us to Alfonso Alligatore. So he's like locked up with you, dear Blitzen. Yeah, he's got your antlers in his alligatory hands, and he looks down at you mockingly.
I hear you tangoing with Queen Vespa. You know, I think she's got a good head on her shoulders. We're not so different, her and I. Invasive species, they call us. Is it our fault that whoever lived here can't cut it once we're on the block? I gotta make a living, don't I?
And he's gonna try and attack you, dear. And he is going to attack with his bite for a 15.
I think that's gonna hit. Oh, meets it, beats it.
Meets it, beats it.
Dang it.
Oh, but I should have taken that at disadvantage. I'm so sorry.
That's right. Okay, yes, you do have disadvantage.
Oh, try again.
I do. Okay, so that is going to be an 8. So that will miss. He like lashes out with his snapping jaws, but you dodge out of the way, dear. And then he's going to attack with his tail. And let's see. Bunny disengaged. Tracy's far away. Actually, I don't think he has a second target for the tail strike. So that is going to bring an end to his turn. And he looks at you again, dear, locked up. And he is going to say,
What are you doing down here anyway, Blitzen? What's brought you down to these murky depths? Did you come hounding after me again after all these years? Nothing to say for yourself?
Calls for
Finishing
inhale.
up what I started.
Fine. I like my meals quieter anyway.
great. And that is going to bring us back to the top of the order. Tracy, you are up.
First I want to look around and see if Tabby is still in the vicinity.
Great. Why don't you give me, and I think as an inquisitive rogue, you can make like perception checks and stuff as a bonus action rather than a full action.
That's the eye for detail thing. So I can, as a bonus action, I can make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object.
Great, yeah. So why don't you give me a perception check to see if the other cats are still around?
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, that's gonna be perception. That's gonna be 21.
Ah, great. So you see out of the corner of your eye, Tracy, as you are engaged with Alfonso Alligatore, you can see over across the way Tabby Genovese and a bunch of his other alley cats loading a bunch of these like armloads of the catnip into what looks like a metal like wash basin that has one of those like standing rotary fans tied to the back of it. And so they hop in it with their cargo, switch the fan on, and like take off like a jet boat up the stream.
I want to try to fire at a bundle of catnip with the intention of making it burst.
Oh, great! Yeah, fire! Go ahead.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
Okay. I don't know that it would really make a lot of sense to try to go for. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't help my to hit anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the hit. Here we go. It's gonna be 18 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah. Roll damage.
All right. It doesn't have fairy fire. I could do like the deception check thing. I'm trying to see if like how can I get sneak attack damage out of this? It's a stationary object.
Just yeah. I don't know. There's no allies nearby, and you've already committed your insightful fighting. So, yeah, just roll straight damage.
Okay. 1 on the die. That's
Dang!
4 points of damage against this bundle of catnip with the intention of making it burst.
Yeah, so your arrow pierces into the side of into a bundle of this catnip, and it sends a sort of a cloud of petals up into the air, right into Tabby Genovese's face as he's ordering his alley cats through the work. And he's like, get those bushels into that bin. But we gotta get out of it. And it blasts him in the face. And he says, oh, you know what, actually? No crunch, no pressure. Just move it, however suits you best. I'm just gonna, oh, it's very soft. Oh, it's like I'm sleeping on a pillow filled with angel feathers. As he kind of like smushes his face into some like sewer grime that's on the floor surrounding the grating here.
Okay, great. I'm taking off towards Tabby. I'm gonna get the collar on this one.
Great. Okay, great. Anything else, Tracy?
I think I have far extended what I can do in one turn, so I'm good.
All right, dear, you are up. Omirah, you are on deck.
Free action, Deer looks at Tracy and goes, go on, Tracy. I got this one.
Fire away, dear.
And then he's gonna go, Alphonse, I really should have finished you when I had the chance.
You're welcome to
pull out
try
the bat.
again.
Oh,
I remember.
And he's gonna take a swing.
Okay, go for it. Roll the hit.
And that is the first attack is gonna miss with a 2 on the die.
Uh-huh.
Did you roll with advantage?
I think he used his advantage already, or did you?
I did, but the first time I used my advantage.
Fairy
but what
fire.
Very fire.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got
fairy
Trevor.
fire,
You
that's
always
right.
get- yeah. As you bang.
That's a natural 20.
Ah! Roll
That's
them twice,
fucking wild.
baby. Roll them twice.
Alrighty.
Handed Bill.
Great Club is a D8, right, DM?
Yes.
That's what I said the baseball bat was.
Yes.
All right, so that is 11 points of damage total from the
Very
baseball bat. And I imagine he kind of like clocks him across the nose, his like snout. He like smacks him across the snout with
You
it.
see a couple of his teeth go flying through the air. A couple of his long
Like a
alligator
Mortal Kombat
teeth fly through
slow-mo.
the- Yeah.
Not bad, slugger.
And then I think Deer is gonna level at him and go, unless you can tell us where the King of Things Forgotten is.
What do you need with the king?
Sorry, say that one more time.
What do you need with the king?
Things forgotten, and he's gonna swing.
I can't remember. Wham.
My intelligence is my dump stat, and he'll burn his.
Everybody's got one.
He'll burn his action.
Action surge.
Yeah, his action surge, and he's gonna actually do it for his not disarming strike. It's essentially to try to make him fall prone.
Okay, sure. Yeah, the tripping attack, I think.
Yeah, tripping strike. And let me. So I have advantage again? Every attack?
Every
Campbell?
attack, yeah, fairy fire, baby.
Wow.
Fairy fire, it's a good spell. Look it up.
Fucking awesome. That's a 14. The highest.
Yes, that'll do it.
Okay, great. So, essentially, he's prone.
Yeah, how much damage did you do?
Oh,
And I think he has to make a save to see.
yes,
if
he does.
falls down.
DC, I believe, 14.
It's the same, yeah. And he's gonna make a.
And that is 4 points of damage with the second hit for the trip.
4 points of damage. 4 on the Gator Man. Okay. And that is a 15 on the save. So I think he makes
All
that,
right.
yeah. Yeah, so he manages to. You go to ram him, and again you like cast your antlers forward here, dear, and he like grips them both and like lifts them up so you're eye to eye, and he says,
I know. I hear the rumors dripping down from topside. You're trying to beat Queen Vespa so you can save some little boy's birthday party? How disappointing. To think, Blitzen, that you could ever bring joy to any girl or boy. You're not built for it. You're a bruiser like me.
You might be right, Alphonse. But that kid deserves a fucking birthday.
all right, Omirah, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna, from up in the air, I'm gonna do a little spin and then like dive down at him right towards his face. And I'm gonna go and flap and I'm gonna whisper in his ear, you know, as my friend Jay Leno says.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
When do you do this work? When do you come up with these?
As my friend Jay Leno says, You aren't famous until my mother has heard of you. And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Yes, great,
Nice.
beautiful.
And so he needs to succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, and oh boy, nat 1.
Yay!
Oh no.
All right, stand by. All right, so he's gonna take. All right, he's gonna take 3 points of psychic damage, and he has disadvantage on his next attack roll.
3 points, okay. Yeah, he says, he says,
Oh, you're right. Oh, my own mother was so disappointed in me. She wanted me to be a handbag.
Oh God!
Bunny, you are up. What do you got?
I got.
I'm pissed off. I'm like, that's not just some boy. That's Alan you're talking about. And I'm going for the eye with a punch.
Get him.
I'm leading with,
The only
a
good eye
lead
left.
Yeah, the only good one left.
With
Yeah.
advantage.
All right, that is a 19 to hit.
That'll do.
Yes, Dusty.
And 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage, okay.
And then I'm not going to use a key point, and I'm just using an unarmed strike now.
All right, roll the hit.
Because now I know how to play my class. And that is a 15 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
All right. Come on, dice. Don't fail me now. Sick. I got a 1. That is 5. Oh, wait. I don't add my bonus to this, right? Or I...
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Oh, I
You'll
do,
still
so-
add your dex bonus, yeah.
Okay. 5 points of damage.
How's it happen?
Yay!
So... Wait, what's his good eye? The left one?
The left one, yeah.
Okay, so lined up in a traditional stance, Bunny leans in with a lead hook into the eye, and then when he rears back, I think he just goes for a throat punch with the power hand, just boom, and just slams his crocodile throat into itself. Closes his crocodile esophagus. There it is.
He staggers back.
Here I thought I was on top. The big gator and the big apple. But I guess my mother was right. I'm not worth nothing but a pair of slippers. All right.
Still redeem yourself.
How's that, Blitzen? I lived a life of crime. What could I ever do to repent?
Move to Florida?
Boy, I
Tell
wish
us where the king is.
the king. You chasing after fairy tales after all this time, Blitzen? You are... he's not real, you bozo. You've been duped. You've been had. At least the look of disappointment on your face will carry me forward into the next life.
And he kind of waddles back and throws his arms out.
Fuck you, New York. I don't haunt you at all.
And he falls backwards off the grating down the waterfall and disappears into the darkness below.
Better than you have tried, Alfonso.
And you are left here in this makeshift catnip laboratory with just the sound of the drain spilling out, filling the air.
Tabby Genovese, you are under arrest for illegal catnip manufacturing with intent to distribute, assaulting an officer of the law, harboring a fugitive, and tax evasion.
Well, come on! I ain't barely left my bed this morning.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used in a court of law against you. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, quit resisting. Smack.
Oh, detective, is Isn't there anything we can do to work this out?
Tabby, getting this collar is gonna make my career. You can head up, I'm gonna send you right up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, and lucky for you, it's right next door.
Oh, but I guess there's only two ways out for a cat like me. Either you get sent to the big house, or you go to the big lit up box in the sky. I suppose this is the preferred of the two after all. Book me, detective! You won this round.
You're damn right I did. Another case closed by Detective Tracy Stiletto. Oh man, Prickles is gonna have my ass for this.
And Tracy, as you're sort of like going through the process of clapping irons onto Tabby Genovese and his alley cat goons, why don't you give me one more perception check, just as you scan around here?
All right.
And get a chance to redeem yourself.
One more
Come
chance
on.
at redemption. Here
Do
we
you
go.
have advantage
I don't think
or
I do.
inspiration? No.
But
Ah!
I rolled an at 20.
Finally.
Yes.
So you've got Tabby Genovese clapped in irons, and you're like walking them. You know, you're like walking behind them, sending them off to booking. And it's funny as you look back up, Tracy, at this wall with these 5 drain pipes, sending their contents cascading in a waterfall down to the level on which you stand. You notice you didn't notice before in all the excitement, or perhaps even you just catch the right angle. And as you come into view standing at the exact center of this sort of cistern buried beneath the city streets, these 5 drain pipes pouring water down, you notice the brick and rubble that makes up this ancient city wall sort of takes the shape of faces surrounding these 5 drain pipes. And it looks almost as if these 5 angelic faces, the pipes form their open mouths as the streams of water pour out into this like localized cistern.
Huh. Ain't that something? Hey, Omirah,
What?
you're a pretty good singer, ain't you?
I am.
Why don't you fly up and see what those 5 mysterious angelic figures might have for us?
So there's like open mouths on the angels.
So Ronnie told
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
that
The 5 angels. Wait, I know.
the place
Where 5 angels sing as one.
Uh-huh. And so 5 of these spouts are pouring out of these sewer pipes, all collecting into one channel that flows over that waterfall that Alfonso Alligatore just did his last moments over into.
All the dreams of the big and small in this town, they all end up down the drain.
Hey, Tracy. You think it's true what Alfonso said about me?
Remind Kay what Alfonso said about you.
He said the deer could never bring joy to any girl or boy. He's a bruiser, just like Alfonso Alligatore.
You know what? That gator, he can't tell you. Maybe that gator can tell you where you came from, Blitzen, but he can't tell you where you're going. If you want to make kids happy, and you gotta kick some ass to do it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hey, that secret'll die with me.
Let's go make that kid's day.
Flick. Don't smoke, kid.
So yeah, here we stand. What the 5 streams coming from the angel's mouth converging into one and dipping over into a waterfall. What would we like to do?
Somebody with a perception check as good as mine, take a look. My hands are tied, but not as much as Tabby's over here.
Ah, good one, detective. Even
gonna
I gotta
perception
admit,
check.
that's stuffing good.
This
Okay.
waterfall this waterfall is coming down and we can see where it ends, or this waterfall
It
is like leading
cascades
off.
further down into the sewers, into darkness.
It
Can I-
seems like the five the
Mhm.
5 streams converge.
Can I
Yeah.
fly over and peer down at where this waterfall is flowing to?
Sure, yeah. Why don't you give me a perception check as you peer down into the darkness?
Would we say perhaps that my pointing her in the direction would be the aid action?
I would think so, yeah. Why don't you take that with advantage?
Yes, please. Oh God!
With advantage?
With advantage, it's a 9.
A 9? So
Ooh.
it kind of cascades into darkness. You have no notion of what may lie down there, Omirah. But as you, but just gently, vaguely, faintly coming across from deep down within the. From deep down, you can't tell exactly from where it originates, but you gently hear a lulling on the air. I don't want a lot for Christmas. Everything goes big after.
Oh, God.
Just
It's coming back.
bubbling up from below.
Bunny
Um,
starts dancing a little bit.
Hold on. Blitzen's got to roll a d20. Blitzen starts to convulse.
Hey, Kaplan, come make sure Tabby over here doesn't go anywhere. Tabby, don't leave town. Omirah, I'm sure you are a very, very talented actress, and at some point I bet you probably played a detective on TV, but never send an actress to do a detective's job. In this town, to get the clues, you gotta get your hands dirty. Mine have been
I
dirty.
never get dirty.
Mine have been dirty. Sweetheart, mine have been dirty for years.
And Tracy's just gonna dive right in.
Oh, she just goes
Oh,
over the
no.
side
Going
and
for it.
dives. All right, what did the rest of you do?
As I see that happen, I'm gonna go to quote Giacomo, the bird from Thumbelina. Let me
Jesus.
be your wings, and I'll fly after her.
Great. Bunny, dear, what are we doing?
I'm watching Tabby. I'm listening to Tracy, so I'll hold on and see what happens.
So,
And
yeah.
Deer is just like kind of recovering from his flashback.
All right. So Tracy and Omirah, heading with Tracy diving into the darkness and Omirah fluttering behind. You make your way down, and you start to pick up just the gentle pinpricks of light at the bottom of this chasm to which you descend, Tracy, flying through the air. And as you descend, starting to come into focus is what seems to be a mountain of just detritus, discarded things, old bikes and shopping baskets, car bumpers and traffic cones, anything that could ever have vanished down a sewerway, seemingly collected in this just sort of monstrous pile at the bottom of the sewers here. And you land softly at an old discarded twin mattress, bouncing gently to break your fall, Tracy. And as you kind of gently float down behind Omirah, it's just this cavern, this huge cavern, and you can hear the gently spilling water coming from the waterfall overhead. And cutting over the sound of the rushing water, you again hear a voice. Hey, you made it! And kind of climbing up and appearing at the top of this mountain of discarded things. Though again, the white rat holding his wooden spoon across his shoulder. You made it! Good job!
Was it you all along?
Oh, I can't pretend to know what you mean, Miss Merryboar. What is it exactly you're accusing me of?
Follow the white rat all the way to Wonderland.
Well,
Are you the king himself?
well put together, Miss Merryboar. You'll forgive my, facetious flub earlier, but it means more when you can find it out for yourself rather than just being told. Am I right?
That is true. That's why we hate line readings from directors.
Only too true. But where are the rest of your friends? We got a lot to talk about.
Boys!
Yeah.
Come on down! Somehow.
The landing's nice and soft. Send Tabby down first.
All right.
Ah, yeah, good idea. I'll chuck Tabby down, and then I'll fall.
Hey, hang on, wait a minute. I didn't get it. What are you talking about? I want to.
All right, buddy.
It's all right,
bud.
Tabby. There's snacks down here.
I really do got the munchies. That'll be great.
I'll reach into my trench coat and I'll pull out like some like old stale falafel for him when he gets down.
Bunny will. I tell Bunny to hop on and hang on to the antlers.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
hang on.
And I think Alan probably climbs on your back as well too, dear. And you jump, and again, you also bounce off of the discarded mattresses at the bottom of the fall here, and you all come collectively together. And Ronnie, or now as you know him to be the king of what's forgot, looks down at you appraisingly from his mountain of detritus, and says, "I'm so glad you all made it. Welcome to my kingdom of what's been tossed away." Not bad, huh?
This is really something.
Yeah.
One man's trash.
Is king of the trash heap.
One man's trash is every Maypack's treasure. Hey, you got any ball bearings in there?
For you, I have the world. And he dives into the pile, and you see his little pink tail squiggling about as it disappears into the pile, and then he pops up out of the pile right next to you, Tracy, offering you a handful of ball bearings.
Ah, swell.
And then he pops back in, and then like a whack-a-mole pops back out of the top of the hill. You see, so much gets tossed away in our modern world. So much gets forgotten. In this world that man has decided is theirs, it's easy for the humblest among us to slip through the cracks. Anytime a panda farts, they lose their minds. But a Coots tree snail goes extinct, and no one's the wiser. Everybody loves the big, charismatic animals. But alas, no one weeps for the Coots tree snail. You see, we rats have grown fat off the humans' droppings. It doesn't matter how many traps they snap. From their garbage and their dark corners, we've built a dynasty that'll last 10,000 generations. But not all are so lucky. The mountain mist frogs and the dugong need someone to tell their tale. Might as well be me, for I have never need any worry of my people passing from memory. And so, here in my sewer lair, I act as scribe for the greatest repository of knowledge life has yet seen on this planet. And he hits his wooden spoon down on a switch on top of his pile of detritus. And it activates a string which leads to a mailbox. And the flap opens and sends a marble. And he kind of activates this Rube Goldberg machine of
Is that a fucking Ruth Goldberg machine?
of stuff that kind of travels the length of his pile, of his mountain here of things, which finally leads up to a little crank and a generator, which is plugged into one of those old neon colored Mac display screens. You know what I mean? Like way back in the day when they had the orange and the teal sides on there.
like the laptop.
Yeah,
that Woods gets
from
in
the
Green.
90s.
Exactly. And the screen kind of flickers and comes to life as this contraption supplies power to it. I became scribe of the greatest repository of knowledge life has yet seen. The great tome, Wikipedia. And Wikipedia comes up on the monitor. Here
Deer just
I
goes.
Do it. Do it.
Deer just goes. My God.
Here I catalog all that have left us and collect all that is thrown away. But you have not come here to listen to my ramblings or hear the sad tales of humble folk gone by. You came here seeking an answer to your own quest. This Queen Vespa, I've long heard of her, and I think there may be a way yet to win the day. Now I ask you, what do you think could be the key to open up this puzzle? How do you think, Vespa? We have seen her mighty strength. We've seen her endless drones. What could we possibly do to defeat such a fiend?
Tracy starts pacing. She goes into like detective mode. Well, she didn't seem to like fire very much.
No, indeed, nor can I think of many humble folk who like it all that much either. But consider, the use of extravagant fire could spread to other parts of the park, or damage the safari playground outright. And then where would that leave our little Alan?
That's true. And from what I saw of her and her little business empire, she will do anything if it means the gravy train's gonna come around the corner.
Right,
I think her biggest weakness is bankruptcy.
I think it's time for her housing market to collapse.
We're on the right track. Now, how could we bring that about? If it's the real estate, if it's the park itself, if it's this juicy real estate she's after, what could we do to dissuade customers from coming?
Call the Central Park Conservancy.
Ah, an excellent thought, Detective Stiletto. But consider, you've already knocked out Dick Netman. It's his absence that has allowed this to flourish in the first place. No, us humble folk will have to solve this crisis ourselves. Now, other than Dick Netman being gone, what is it that's allowed Queen Vespa to stake her claim in this area in the first place?
She did say she has a fondness for human architecture.
Yeah.
And I do believe it is unseasonably warm this year.
Yeah.
Yes, unseasonably warm. Unseasonably so to create the perfect environs for our waspy menace. Certainly this beautiful balmy weather will attract comers and goers from all over. But what if suddenly this balmy winter became a white Christmas?
Sounds like it's time for Vespa to chill out.
Right you are, dear. And when I told you the king of what's forgot can grant wishes, I wasn't blowing no smoke. Everything manages to find its way down here sooner or later. And he makes his way partially down the pile of detritus until he comes upon this like massive thing that's jutting up out of it, covered in some kind of massive sheet covering over whatever this object might be. Would you all like to do the honors?
Yeah, I got you.
And I'll stick my antler under the sheet and just kind of like Pull it off.
It comes away in a heavy furrow. And sitting beneath this sort of canvas covering is what is clearly an industrial snow cannon, the likes of which they use at ski resorts.
Oh,
I don't know about you lot, but I'm hoping for a white Christmas. And I think we'll call it there.
oh, I'm crying a little bit.
I like your style, Ronnie.
Oh, that was fun.
That was awesome.
Thanks, Trevs.
Yeah.
As Kate
It
said,
is
I have
already
never been
wonderful.
happier than this moment.
Oh.
Yay!
Oh,
Yeah, a quick
Hans
jaunt
Cage-
through the
Hans
sewers.
Cage,
this
who also
season.
gave me disadvantage right before
I know
we
Yeah.
started.
that.
So I'm gonna have to-
Vicious.
How
I
dare!
remember to carry
Moving
that with
Just
me
wait
JPEG.
till
next
Hand
week.
Kate sees Delta Green.
Moving JPEG says the gang solves global warming.
This is. I feel like there's a universe not too far from this one where this story becomes the movie Happy Feet, where it's like I went.
Oh my gosh.
I went to go see a movie about tap dancing penguins, and now all of a sudden he's like trying to stop like industrialized fishing.
That
Wait a
movie-
minute.
I get it, but also like I want to see the tap dancing.
Oh, that was a
thank-
grand old time. Well,
That was
congratulations
fun,
to our
y'all.
giveaway winner.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us. This will be the penultimate episode of A Very Humble Holiday, so be sure to join us next week for the thrilling conclusion.
Oh my gosh.
Will our heroes be able to overcome the impossible odds and defeat Queen Vespa?
And
Find
save
out next
Alan's birthday party.
And save Alan's birthday party. Find out next time on A Very Humble Holiday.
Hunker down, kids. I think there's a cold front on the horizon.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, everybody. Take your night with advantage, and we will see you next week.
Good
Later,
night.
friends.